I love using Rekenreks in my classroom, and I'm ready to share with you 4 games that you can play with your students tomorrow. If you'd like to get all of these games for free, make sure to click the first link in the description. The first game is called Spin and Build. So you'll either use a Rekenrek spinner or a number spinner and spin, and then whatever number your students get, they're going to make that number on their Rekenrek, write it down on their recording sheet, and then go again until they're all finished with it. Now, the Rekenrek spinner would be more of a direct match, so a little bit simpler for your students, whereas the number is a little bit trickier because you have to think of the number and then create it, so it's easy to differentiate no matter where your kids are. Similar to that, if you don't want to use a spinner, you don't have spinners, you can also play pick and build, which is a very similar concept. So your kids will either pick a Rekenrek card or pick a number card, create it on their Rekenrek, and then record on the recording sheet what their Rekenrek look like and the number that they created. If you don't have spinners, a really simple way to make one is just use a paper clip and a pencil and spin it around that way. The next game is more of a decomposing numbers game, which is what is the number combination? So you'll pick a number, for example 5, and then your students would have to work together or with a partner to see how many different ways they can make a 5 on the Rekenrek. So they might end up with 5 on the top and none on the bottom, or they might end up with 3 on the top and 2 on the bottom. There's lots of different ways they can make a bunch of different numbers, so they will have a target number that they're working on and see if they can figure out all of the combinations and record that on their recording sheet as well. If you have any other games in mind, there is a blank recording sheet in this freebie, as well as the spinners, the Rekenrek, the cards, so you can really think of whatever game you think of, you are set to go play with your students. And the last game is called Spin, Count, and Cover. This game is a counting mat with a bunch of different Rekenreks on it, so your students would spin, see what number they got, and then cover the matching Rekenrek on the mat until they are all done. And this one has a version for numbers 1 to 10 and 11 to 20. So again, really easy to differentiate these games. So just to recap, spin and build, pick and build, number combinations, and spin, count, and cover. And all of these games, like I said, are available for free in the first link in the description. There's color copies, black and white copies, little cards, numeral cards, everything you could need to use Rekenreks in your classroom. Happy counting! Make sure to subscribe if you found this video helpful, if you've got some new ideas. All of these games are completely free. Make sure you grab them at the link in the description.